Hello everyone, I am Doodlemanz86 and today I am going to be reviewing a brand new Godzilla line with these two Godzilla figures, Godzilla 2004 and Kiryu from Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. This is a brand new line that was recently revealed and is being released. I believe it is going to be released on Big Bad Toy Store next month, and I actually found these guys at Nakama Toys. It is located here in Chicago. Very nice people. Lots of stuff, lots of Godzilla stuff, lots of anime stuff, tokusatsu. So if you want any of that, that is definitely the place to go. I've been there a few times before, and when it was revealed that they had these new figures, I just had to go there and get them myself. So yeah, I'm gonna be reviewing them, and I'm gonna leave them for solo videos. So this guy and then Kiryu will also get his own video. So yeah, these guys look lovely. Let's do this review and check out if they're worth picking up. So starting with the box, it's actually a very nice box. Yeah, these are very nice boxes. I like how they look with the red, the cities. They're very reminiscent of the movie Monster series, not movie Monster series, the Bandai figures that were here in America. I love that. Reminds me of that. Here we have the Godzilla 1954 figure, which is interesting that they would use that instead of the character or the figure, because on the side here you have the character, and we have Godzilla from Final Wars. And here's the name of the line: Godzilla action figure figurine Articulate Godzilla. But on Big Bad Toy Store they're marketed as a figure series, so not sure which to go with, but I'll go with what it says on the box. And here you have the two characters you can get. So yeah, very nice box. So here we have Godzilla from Final Wars. So this is supposed to be him in his 2004 appearance. And as you can see, this figure is very reminiscent of the Bandai figure they made. It looks very much like that, just in this new plastic material, and it looks very similar to that. At least in the face, you can see that. I actually don't have the figure with me now, at least not the 6-inch one. But it looks very much like that, just articulated and in new material. So yeah, it does look really good though. I do like the sculpt and paint. The plastic is very nice. It doesn't feel bad. It's pretty good. And you can see that there is sculpting and paint here. So the teeth are individually painted, which I think looks awesome. And the tongue is red. The fiery orange eyes look fantastic. You have that Godzilla skin going around, and his muscular, lean appearance is present, and the nails look great. They have that orange hue to them, which looks awesome, and you can see all the scales and bumpy texturing. That looks great. The nails, bottom of the feet, and then these spines are sort of short, but it looks pretty good. They have the white on them. They look very nice. I like how white they are. They pop out a lot, and the tail is posed, so that looks great. Looks really good though. I like how they did this. This Godzilla looks really great. Looks like 2004. Looks nice. The details that are there are superb, and he is painted really well. Very clean. Very nice. Overall, the figure looks really great. I'm happy with how he looks. So moving on to the articulation. This figure line is being presented as a figure line that kind of like Monster Arts, but on a budget, if you get what I'm saying. That's sort of what it is, but it's also, I think, inspired by the Ultra action figure line. So we actually have a ball joint at the jaw, but due to the sculpt of the jaw itself and how it's put in, it's sort of limited, but you do get side to side and it opens and closes. The base of the neck is on a ball joint, so it's going to do all the movement for you because the actual head isn't on a ball joint itself. So yeah, the shoulders here are on a swivel hinge, but they are on a ball joint that you plug in. So the actual articulation piece here is on a swivel hinge. Swivels all the way, goes out that far, in that far. The elbow here is on a hinge, very nice. The wrist here, interestingly enough, is on the swivel hinge, but it's connected by a ball joint. So I think that was interesting that they went this way, because this is something I only saw with the Monster Art, so I thought it was interesting that they put that in. The hips here are on a ball joint. The knees are on a hinge. And then the ankles are on a ball joint. You get a nice spread. And then the tail is on a ball joint, but it's sort of limited because of the sculpt. You get one segment there, a second piece here, and then a final piece at the tip of the tail, which is interesting because Kiryu has one less piece than that. So I think it's interesting that Godzilla got a third segment, but I think it's just because his tail is longer, which you will see in the comparison. And yeah, honestly, for articulation, this is pretty great. Moves pretty well, and the joints he's got let him get in a variety of poses that are pretty fun and really nice. So yeah, overall, great articulation. It's really nice. I like how he poses. He looks very good. For accessories, he has an atomic breath piece. Wow, that is crazy. You know, right, guys? But yeah, this is a very nice looking atomic breath piece. You can see the blast effect here goes all out. Very nice. It's hollow in there. And it looks really great. It's a translucent blue. It's a very nice looking blue on camera. It just looks really great, and it looks great in person. So as you can see, there's the ball joint. All you got to do is pop good old Godzilla's jaw off here, which is a little bit difficult. Oh, okay, well, there goes the jaw flying. And then you just plug in the new one. Or the accessory, I should say. So yeah, there you go. Does it articulate? No, it is stationary. But it does look good. And I think it's really nice that they included an atomic breath. And it's not super long, so it's not going to weigh the figure down. And even if it was super long, I'm not sure if it could, because the material here is very hard and very strong. So yeah, I really like this atomic breath piece, and I'm happy they included it. It just looks so good with him. It seals the deal on this packaging, so really great accessory. For price, he is around $27.99 on Big Bad Toy Store, but at Nakama Toys, they have him and Kiryu at $25, so that's really great. And as for size, at least I'm referencing Big Bad Toy Store a lot here, but that's because that's where I see these two at mainly. And they're being marketed as a 6-inch line, but he's more so in the 5-inch scale, because if I bring out the ruler here, he's well, you know, I'm blind, but if my eye is correct, he is exactly 5 inches, which is interesting because that's one thing that surprised me. I thought these guys were going to scale more so with 6-inch figures, but they're more so with the 5-inch guys. And as you'll see in the size comparisons here, they're not really that big. They're basically the same size as the SH Monster Arts Kong. So they're going to stand a little bit smaller than your 6-inch figures, which, if that's fine with you, but I believe there's going to be more figures since this is going to be its own line with its own character. So yeah. Now, what I was saying earlier is that I believe these could have been inspired by the Ultraman Ultra Act line. That line was, yeah, I forgot when it released, but I'm pretty sure it was around the release of Shin Ultraman movie. And if you've seen those, they're pretty cheap. They're like $20 to $30. It comes with a figure, with an accessory, and there's a bunch of those figures, and a new Ultraman Rising is going to be released, as well as Ultraman being reissued. So that's pretty great, and they are pretty cheap. So I'm wondering if that inspired this line, because that seems what this line is also going for. Pretty cheap, from $20 to $30. Comes with the figure, basic articulation, accessories. So I think that could have been a huge inspiration, and I can only imagine that it's because of how successful the Ultraman Ultra Act line has been and how it's going, because I believe they're going to be introduced here in North America, which would be awesome. So I think that's what's happening here, but you know, I'm not that smart. I ain't that big brain, but yeah, that's just a guess on my part. But yeah, this is a really great line. Depends on what figures you're putting them with, but yeah, they are kind of on the small side compared to your average 6-inch. All in all, these figures are definitely worth picking up. Like I said earlier, like the Ultraman line, when it released, I was really hoping that we would get a Godzilla line with that, or inspired by that, and here they are. And they're honestly pretty great. The sculpts are pretty soft, but there is detail to be seen. The proportions are great, and they look like the characters. They're very poseable. They're very fun to play with. And as the name suggests, for an action figure, it's pretty great. I'm just happy we got these guys. And my Kiryu review will be going up soon. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.